Welcome to the second part of episode 3 of True Talk. Speaking with me now is owner of Serendipity Creations, Tracy Miller. Thank you for speaking with me today.
You're welcome.
You are a Jill of all trades, pretty much a teacher by day and a baker by night, huh?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
What are some of your hobbies?
Well, I like to read, and I stay busy with FCLA at school, and of course I like to bake, and I do a little bit of machine embroidery, monogramming and such.
So how did your hobbies influence your decision to start a bakery?
Well, I actually just started baking for fun. I took some classes at Joann's to learn how to decorate cakes and cupcakes so that I could kind of enhance my lessons at school. And once I started making things and people realized that I was doing it, I started getting requests. So it's just kind of grown from there.
Oh, wow. So when did you discover your passion for baking?
Oh, gosh, probably when I was little. My grandmother had me in the kitchen when I was really young.
My mom used to try to get me in there a bit early. It took me a minute. I got to college and I started paying her some serious attention.
Yeah. I always like baking more than I like cooking. You know, I don't like doing meals and stuff like that. My husband teases me all the time about he can, if he wants sweets, I'm around, but if it comes to a meal, we better go pick something up. So.
So what are some of your favorite flavors to use at your bakery?
You know, I really like kind of the simple ones. Vanilla bean is real popular. Strawberry, anything with strawberries in it I like. Customers really like the vanilla almond. Yeah, some people call that wedding cake, and it's kind of my signature cookie flavor.
Yeah, we like the classic stuff. I'm pretty classic eater when I go to bakeries and stuff. I like to stick to maybe vanilla. Sometimes if I'm feeling risky, I may do like a cheesecake or something.
Yeah.
Do you ever experiment with different flavors?
Yeah, you know, I have been. I like when I'm making cupcakes, I like the filled ones.
Oh.
I make my best seller is one called banana pudding. And my husband kind of came up with that idea. That's his favorite dessert. And he wouldn't eat cupcakes very much for me. And so he said, well, why don't you make a banana pudding one? So I started looking online for some recipes and found one, and I got it and tweaked it a little bit and filled it. It's a banana cake, and it's got vanilla wafers in it and crushed bananas. And then you hollow out the center of it, and then I make a homemade vanilla pudding to fill it with.
Oh, wow, that sounds good.
then top it with a vanilla bean buttercream, and it's just yummy. It's definitely my best seller. But I make the caramel apple one. I kind of do the same thing. It's an apple cake, and it's got caramel in the middle. Strawberry cheesecake. I make a strawberry cake with a cream cheese, like cheesecake filling.
You're making me hungry.
I know. The filled ones are by far the most popular ones. When people see them, you know, I do craft shows, and when they see them, they love it. I have a chocolate ho-ho. It's kind of like a little Debbie. It's a chocolate cake, and then it's got like a white cream filling in it, and it's really good too. So I like playing with the filled ones. If you can stuff it in a cupcake, I'll give it a try.
That's the best way to do it. If folks like me come along, I'll definitely try it to let you know what I think. I asked that because I noticed that you do a lot of themed cookies and different cupcakes and stuff. So what are some of your newer designs?
Yeah, it's funny. These cookies just came about by accident because I started out, I was going to be a cupcake vendor. That was really all I wanted to make was cupcakes. And one of the guidance counselors at the high school where I teach asked me if I would make her son's softball team some softball cookies or baseball cookies, I guess what it was. And I said, sure, I can do that. So first time, you know, I find a recipe, first time I made anything like that. And I just fell in love with it. I like the royal icing, and I've been doing a lot of cookies, getting a lot of requests for cookies. I don't think there's anybody in the area that does them. You know, I live in Hendersonville, so in the Hendersonville area that makes them, and I just get requests weekly on my Facebook page asking me, you know, what can I do? I've just started doing a lot of logo cookies, where a business will ask me to do some. They're maybe having an open house or something, and I have a lady that I do business with that I order stencils from, and I order a stencil of that business's logo, and then I can put their logo on the top of a cookie. And it's kind of a lot of fun. So I guess that's my newest designs. I'm doing logos. I'm doing college logos for graduation. I've got several of those I've been doing.
Yeah, I think I saw like an Austin P one today. And I saw a few.
Yeah. I've got a UCC one coming up here in the next couple of weeks, and I've also got a Cumberland University one that has been requested. So you'll be seeing those if you watch my Facebook page for sure.
Oh yeah, I've definitely liked it, and I thought one of the coolest things I saw in there was something about prom. someone had some cookies made in order to ask someone to prom that you had gotten done for them. I thought that is pretty awesome.
That's probably the most unique request I've gotten. I mean, I was surprised when she called and she said, my son's going to ask a girl to prom, can you make some cookies? And so then she sent me a picture, and I thought, well, I've never even heard of such a thing, but I'm going to give it a try. So I ordered a pencil that says, will you go to prom with me? And we did up a really cute little gift box for this little girl, and that the center cookie had that saying on it. And then we did like a high heel shoe and a little formal pink dress, and I did the girl's name out in letter cookies. I don't know, it was just a cute little set. I think there was 10 or 12 cookies in the box, and she just loved it. And somebody saw that. Well, a lot of people saw it, but I got another order off of that.
Oh, wow.
Another lady called me and said, hey, this is my son's girlfriend's name. Could you do her a box similar to that? She likes softball and she likes, athletic stuff. Mm-hmm. So then I did an athletic themed one, for this little girl. So that was it was fun. I think I enjoyed it. And I started really advertising those. So hopefully next year I'll get a few more orders off of that.
Those look really good.
Yeah, that's a neat way to ask a girl to prom. Some of these promposals that they're doing nowadays are pretty extreme, but I think cookies are a good way to go.
Oh, yeah. Where do you gain your inspiration for your design?
Well, like I said, people will call me and ask, do you make such and such? Have you ever made a Frozen-themed cookie? Or have you ever made a Sesame Street-themed cookie? And I'll say, well, what do you have in mind? And send me a picture. Send me an inspiration picture of something. Because that's usually the best way to find out what, so that you're on the same page with the customer. Because I could think Frozen-themed as snowflakes, and they want Elsa and Anna,
Yeah.
And so if they send me what they've got in mind, so I get inspiration from customers, and then sometimes they'll say, well, do what you want, and well, then I've got to go on the internet myself, figure out, what different ideas are out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're living in a great time where we've got the internet at our fingertips, and you can just Google, I did promposals, and when I did that, I Googled I did promposal cookies, and they're, people are doing them. They're out there, so I got some good ideas from that.
And honestly, I haven't seen too many people, if any, in the Nashville area doing this type of cookies or any of the cakes that I've seen on your page. So it's definitely unique and a demand for it.
Yeah, that's what I've found too.
Do you travel?
You know what? I do. That's how my business is mainly promoted, since I don't have a storefront. I do craft shows and barn sales, and I guess I don't go terribly far away because it's kind of hard to transport cupcakes, and it's kind of difficult to just keep them fresh. I can't make them just a day ahead usually, but I do some of those sales. I've gone up as far as Bethpage and Portland and places like that. I do a couple in Gallatin. I've done one here in Hendersonville. So I guess that's traveling, but it's fairly local. I just recently bought a little vintage camper, like a 1970s-ish camper, and having a friend of mine is working on it, and I hope to sell cupcakes out of it eventually. Paint it up with my logo on the side of it, and
that would be cool.
To get to shows. Yeah, it's kind of a food trailer. I won't be cooking out of it. It's not set up to actually do any baking or anything in, but I think it'll definitely be an attention getter. So I'm looking forward to traveling with that a little bit.
Yeah, it's just the transport. It's the old school stuff, not these luxury RVs where you say you're camping and it comes with its own grill and beds and all this stuff.
Yeah. Now, this is more of a little food camper. It's got a big serving window in the side of it, and it'll be more like just to serve out of. Maybe be able. Some of these shows I've been doing they're outdoors, and it's you talk about even August and September, and it's so hot that it's almost impossible to do them. So I was looking for some way to be in the camper. It's got air conditioning in it, so I'll be able to keep the stuff cold, cooler, and hopefully not have any wasted product from shows that happen to be during that time of the year.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, you do make appearances in Gallatin and Portland. When is your next public appearance or event?
It is going to be, the next one I'm scheduled for is in July. It's July 22nd, 23rd, and the Boutique Bazaar. It's held at the Epic Center in Gallatin. I've been looking for some indoor shows for May and June, but I haven't found any that I've in time for. You have to kind of get in on those pretty early. So, and I do in the summertime definitely want indoor shows. Outdoors are just too hot.
It's definitely be too humid and hot.
Yeah, but the Boutique Bazaar is a really good. It's really a good show. It was very, very successful last year. She does it about 3 times a year, and Epic Center is a really nice venue to go to. It's indoors and it's air conditioned, and so I'm looking forward to that.
And so, how may people contact you or view some of your work?
They can contact me through my Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, it's Serendipity Creations by Tracy. And I was surprised I had to add the by Tracy because there's so many different serendipity pages out there.
Really?
Clothing boutiques and painters, and I guess serendipity is just a popular word.
Mm-hmm.
I came up with that. That word means finding joy in the unexpected. And so for me, my whole business was kind of unexpected.
Yes, I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought it would have been as common as you say it is. So.
Yeah, it is. And so I added the by Tracy, just kind of separate myself from that. And they can contact me through there. My phone number's on there if they want to call, or they can message, and they can, private message me, and I give quotes usually after I get some information. I can give them a quote of what, the items they want, what it would cost. And but that's usually the best way to reach me.
Well, thank you again for talking with me. It was a pleasure having you on the show. I hope and pray that everybody you kind of reach out to you, because it's definitely worth seeing your artwork. I was surprised by it and taken aback at how detailed it was. I've never seen it before, so.
Well, thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
This concludes episode 3, part 2. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for listening and tuning in to this episode of True Talks, where we covered 2 small local businesses in honor of National Small Business Week. For more information about Serendipity Creations and their latest whereabouts, please visit our section of Urban Beats on our page. As always, be sure to like our page on Facebook at facebook.com/urbanthread615, as well as follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Urban Threads, spelled capital U, lowercase RBAN, capital T, HREADSS.